This is part 2 of our stretching series. So this one is evening stretch. Short stretching routine that you can do in your bed or on the floor before you go to bed, or anytime in the evening, just to undo some of the work that we do during the daytime. So lying down, you can use a pillow if you'd like. We're going to start by extending our right leg and then grabbing on with our hands behind our left knee. And we're just going to have a loose grip. Don't pull them really tight in here. Instead, we're just loose with your knee over your hip. And we're just going to gently begin to straighten and bend your knee. Now, if you've been sitting in the chair for a long time before you go to bed, you may want to walk around for a few minutes and do some other things before you do some stretching. You don't want to do it when you're cold, but you don't have to go out and go for a long walk before you do these exercises. You just want to have your muscles slightly warm. So we're just straightening, and the more we do, it may become a little bit easier to get your leg a little straighter. If your hamstrings are pretty tight and they only like to go to here, that's okay. Then that's as far as you'll go. Don't push them to a point that it's painful, but a gentle stretch is okay. We're just going to do one more here, and then we're going to straighten that leg as far as you can. If you have to hold it out here a little bit, that's okay. Then we're going to bring our toes back toward our nose, and then we're going to point them away. So bending and straightening at the ankle. This is also a little bit of a sciatic nerve glide. So if you have any problems with your sciatic nerve, this one might be beneficial for you. All right, then we're going to bring it in and actually hug it in tight. And what we're doing here is really trying to focus on the right hip and try to keep the right leg flat on the ground to stretch a little bit across the front side. Open up that hip flexor. This knee can go where it's comfortable. If it's more comfortable to bring it out here to the side, that's okay. If it feels better to bring it straight up, that's okay too. All right, then we're going to put our right side down, or left side down, bring the right one up, and then lower the left one. When we're doing these hamstring stretches, bending and straightening, if it's more comfortable for you to keep your other knee bent, that's fine. That will help if you have really tight hamstrings. It'll be more comfortable and it'll pull less on your back. So whichever feels better for you is okay. One more here, and then we're going to hold it straight, and we're going to go to the ankle, pointing and flexing. All right, now we're going to hug the right knee in and extend the left leg out, focusing on getting a stretch across the front of the left hip flexor. While you're doing all of these, just comfortable breathing. Don't hold your breath. Just move with it. All right, we're going to set our right foot down, keeping the knee bent, and then we're going to bring the left one up, and we're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee. Some of you have done this figure 4 stretch before. You can grab hold behind your right hamstring and pull it in. If that works for you, then that's great. You can do it that way. If that's a little hard to try to pull that leg in, you can keep that knee on the ground and then just use your hand to hug your knee toward the center of your chest. You can use your other hand on your ankle to help guide it toward your opposite hip. We're trying to stretch through the outside of the left hip right now. Taking some long, slow breaths is helpful. With each exhale, you might be able to stretch just a little deeper. All right, let's bring the left foot back down. We're going to cross the right side over. Again, you can hug the left leg in and stretch the right hip that way. If that's a little too much, keep your foot on the floor, put your right hand on your knee and your left hand on your ankle, and just guide your knee toward the center. Nice deep breaths. Really sink into it on your exhale. And then we're going to lower our right foot back to the ground. We're going to do some shoulder stretching on the ground here, shoulder and chest stretching. You can keep your knees bent. That's probably most comfortable. But if it's more comfortable for you to have your legs straight, that's fine too. I'm going to have mine bent. I'm going to take my hands and put them on the floor, and when my arms are reaching over, I'm going to have my thumbs facing up. So I'm going to do a snow angel here, and my thumbs are going to reach up, and I'm only going to go as far as I can go and keep my arms flat on the floor. Once they begin to pick up, that's too far. So go back to right there, and then we're going to bring them down a little bit, and then rotate your arms over and come down with your thumbs as you come closer to your hips. Then we're going to turn them over, palms facing up, and reach overhead, and then back down. We're going to just do one more of these, palms facing up, thumbs go first, reaching overhead, and then bring them all the way back down. Last exercise we're going to do is just a gentle segmental bridge. We're not going to try to go as high as you can go. Instead, we're just going to try to roll through your spine to help it to relax. So for this one, I want you to take a nice belly breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to flatten your low back to the ground and begin to tuck your tailbone. And then just start to lift your hips up off the ground and kind of peel up through that spine a little bit. Lifting up a little, take a breath when you get to the top. And then we're going to slowly lower back down. Try to get some length through that spine between each of those vertebrae. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale, tuck your tailbone, flatten your spine, peel up those lower vertebrae. Keep these ribs down until we get to the part of the spine they are attached to. Come to the top, take a breath, and then lower back down. Let's do two more of these. last one. And then roll all the way down through that spine. And then you can stretch it out and get into whatever position is most comfortable for you to go to sleep in. Or if you're on the floor, you'll want to roll over to your side and press up before you come all the way up to standing. So that's great for your evening stretch to undo some of the things that we do to ourselves during the day.